Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're in for another review of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, episode 6, titled God Knows What. I'm not gonna lie, this episode was kind of boring, but we're gonna push through. So let's start with Kenneth and Armando. I mean, they're still my favorite couple. They're very cute and adorable. The storyline feels so real, and I just hope it continues that way. So Kenneth is driving all the way from Florida to Mexico. Girl, that trip does seem fun. Now, I would not do it by myself because as a woman, driving by myself across the country, and a black woman at that, hell no. But with a group of friends, preferably, I would totally do it. Now, Armando's also getting ready for Kenneth, preparing for the move. Apparently, he's not bringing his daughter 4 hours away to move with Kenneth, but actually he's going to bring her after he settles with Kenneth first, which I totally agree. It's nice to see that Armando just talked to his daughter about him and Kenneth, and the daughter seems so happy to be with Kenneth, and when he comes by, I'm so excited. Although she's being bought by toys, but shit, what kid isn't? His parents still are a little, not happy with the situation, mostly because he's moving. The dad, I think he's a little bit upset that his son is gay and is trying to get used to it. I know he loves his son, but it's like he has an image of straight man in his mind all this time and wants his son to be straight. But hopefully in time his father will be more accepting and that he can meet Kenneth. I really want them to be a happy family. Next up, we have Tim and Mezyla. I don't know her name. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying my best to pronounce it, but I don't. Tim is so fucking boring. His segment is Snoozeville. I'd rather he not be on the show, and we don't care. And we get more of Brittney and Yazman, because I'm pissed we didn't get them this week. But next week, oh baby. See, I'm not even talking about Tim. Tim's packing up. His mom's concerned that Mezyla, homegirl, is trying to control him by bringing him to Colombia. But I'm thinking if she's a controlling person, she's going to be controlling no matter where she is. Tim does not need to move to Colombia for that. He is at a therapy session, encouraged by Mezyla for him to work out his issues. Although granted, I feel like that should be a group thing, a group Skype therapy. I don't know. And he revealed to the therapist that he actually kept his job and his house, somewhat his life in the United States, and he's still planning on moving to Colombia. And then therapist is insinuating that he's halfway in, that he should go all the way in and truly commit to Mezyla if he really wants this relationship to work. I disagree. I understand what the therapist is saying. However, we have seen 90 Day Fiance and how these couples crash and burn, and they give their whole life away to be with somebody who ain't shit. Now, Mezyla does come across to me as a somewhat good person. We don't know her, so it's hard for me to really say. But I'm hopefully, but for me, I will still keep something. You never know. You never know. I'd rather be safe than sorry and then be one of those dumbasses who give up everything for love because that's what society tells us to do. Fuck that shit. Keep your job, Tim. Let's move on to Jenny and Sumit. Yikes. Did y'all see those two men fighting in the background? They're in the hood of India. In fact, they went to a park to sit down at a bench, and right in front of the bench was just blood spilled on the floor. I'm sorry, on the ground. And Sumit's trying to lie, talking about, oh, that's just tomato sauce. Okay, sure. So Jenny, I personally think Jenny is trying to put on a front right now and demand these divorce papers because you're so determined to prove or at least verify that Sumit is indeed getting a divorce. You would have asked for those papers a long time ago. You're only asking because your daughter's asked you to it, and you have to pretend like you really are invested and knowing the truth. Now Sumit's getting pissed off because damn girl, how many times must I tell you I'm getting a divorce? Now, I do think Sumit is going through the divorce process. I don't think he's being forthcoming with how long that process may be or how the process is. Does Jenny even know that he has to pay $20,000 to his ex-wife? I feel like he's still keeping some truth from her. I'm like, just fucking say it, bro. But apparently next week, Jenny's gonna realize, how India it's going to take a little bit longer for them to get a divorce than she would have liked to be. And that's it for Jenny Sumit. Done. Next up, Ariela and Baby. Again, their thing wasn't that crazy. This episode was mostly focused on apartments because, woof, these women were not feeling these apartments. So Ariel touched down in Ethiopia. Benny, I actually think that he's really endearing. He seems to be so in love with her and very appreciative of her. Did I say that word correctly? Appreciative of her, of coming to Ethiopia. And I think that's great. He bought roses. He was smiling. He was so happy. Even the mom had a good impression of him. That was wonderful. Unfortunately, Baby's still broke. Yeah. So he got an apartment for her. Oh, I'm moving too fast. So they're in the car. Ariel has an anxiety breakdown. Just a full-fledged panic attack. I think the reality of her situation is finally sinking in, especially when she saw a baby without his hair. I think that really told her yo, I don't know this dude. I'm having a baby with someone who I barely know. And I'm pretty sure she didn't envision herself having a child in that manner. So now she's in the car what the fuck? I'm with a stranger. I don't know him like this. My whole life is now going to be Ethiopia. I don't think she was planning on staying there like she did when she was in Argentina. So I'm sure she's ugh. Anyway, they get to the apartment and she does not like it. It looks a little rough. Listen, compared to American standards, it looks rough. But Baby is rough. What are you expecting? You're having a baby with a broke dude. He was on a sofa before meeting you. That is a huge upgrade. Now that bathroom though. I'm with Ariela. She was bitching about the decor and how it's old-fashioned. Girl, get used to it. That bathroom was gross. Mold everywhere. He got his shoes in there, and Benny seems very athletic. So to me, I'm sure there's a little bit of athlete's foot in there, a little stench in the sneakers, and there's no toilet seat. Girl, throw it all away. And there's no living room. And speaking of living room, let's move on to the next couple. Devin and Gian. They too are having some apartment woes. They don't have a living room either. And everybody is out of the car looking at this broken down looking apartment. You know, a scratch shot. It doesn't look broken down. It just looks tight and squabble. It looks like the hood of Korea. But honestly, compared to the hoods in America, that shit looks nice. It's decent. Everyone though is pissed off at Jihoon. I mean, everybody's staring at him so you were here all this time. You have a part-time job, meaning you have time to at least go see this apartment and take care of it, clean it, wash the sheets. I just look at it. How the fuck the two adults, and I'm putting blame on Devin as well, but how the fuck does two adults buy an apartment and neither one of them bothers to see it? Now Devin is taken out of the equation because she ain't there. And quite frankly, I feel like she doesn't even need to tell Jihoon to go see it. It's just a case of buyer's remorse. We get inside the apartment. It don't look too bad to me. I mean, it's kind of decent. You know, like I said before, they have enough space. They don't have a living room. And that's what really sucks for me. But small apartment it is. But girl, you lived in Korea before. You know what it is. Jihoon ain't got no money for a big ass apartment. So Jihoon goes off to get his wallet from his parents' house and he disappears for an hour. What a surprise. And Devin's pissed off. He comes back. He wants to talk to her. They go outside. And this is when Jihoon got me fucked up. So Jihoon is trying to put on his front you know what? We can't stay here. We gotta go. Devin agrees. She's like, let's move. Next month, let's move. He then tells her he can't pay for it because he doesn't have any money. He starts using his excuse of his debt from, his illegal activities. And then he finally admits that he doesn't have a job. Doesn't have anything saved up. She's pissed off. They're trying to communicate because it's getting really heated and they need to really, fully say what they need to say without any mistranslation. Unfortunately, that translator was not doing her job. So then Jihoon starts getting pissed off. He has no idea what Devin's trying to say. And then he starts getting an attitude with her. He then starts to lie. Bold-faced lie. Mentioning that he paid for everything. He paid for her and the kids to get here. And Devin's like, me too. Me too, same. I I don't advocate for violence, but I'm not gonna lie, at that moment, I probably would have gone AWOL to see a man stand before me and straight up lie to my face and tell me that he paid for my plane tickets, that he paid for this apartment, that he is paying to survive, help us survive, is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He had the mitigated gall to do some bullshit like that. And then he getting so frustrated with her. You know what? If you don't like it, why don't you just go? And she's like, well, shit, I can. I don't know why Jihoon's acting like she doesn't have the opportunity and ability to just go back, raise her child on her own without you. Then he immediately switches up and he's like, no, don't go. Oh, what is the emotional roller coaster with you, Jihoon? Like, what's going on here? And he's just, this whole episode, he's just like complaining about himself. Like, I'm the biggest fuck up in the world. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, you are. You are. And so is Devin. Because, girl, why are you staying with him? They're still together. I mean, Taeyong apparently has celebrated his first birthday on YouTube. I tried to do spoilers into the show, but they're still together. They're still working it out, I think. I just couldn't. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. That shit is entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Jihoon and Devin are so good to watch because they're so bad to watch. And I'm sitting here thinking like, Devin, girl, you are 24 years old. I know what I was doing at 24. I was living in Cali. I was chilling. I moved back to Miami, living my life and, you know, just having fun and just being me, just buying clothes, going to concerts, you know, just doing some shit. And working on my career. And here's Devin with 2 kids and a bum. And a South Side version of Korea. No, 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 no. Now, I can't make this episode any more exciting because it wasn't. And that's all that happened. I mean, Devin and Gian was a highlight. I can't wait for Baby and Ariel. I know they're going to argue. And I shouldn't wish for that. I should wish for happiness and peace and prosperity. But next week, though, oh, what is this, cowlick? My hair is all over the place. Next week, Brittney and Yazman are back. Praise the Lord. I needed some real drama. And apparently, Yazman's daddy calling Brittney a prostitute. But we'll talk about it then.